to answer because of his wealth, his money and power. And our guests who are joining me live in the studio will be speaking to Salim Cyrus. He's a relationship coach alongside Pauline Wanjiru, who is also a journalist, and great to have you. Good morning. I was watching actually one of your videos, Salim, and it's interesting you're saying it's easier for a woman who is married to cheat than even a single woman who is just possibly getting into a relationship. And I found it to be really interesting, and you're trying to explain something about it. You said emotional, is it emotional attachment, and also familiarity of being used to your partner a lot can make you want to pursue something fresh outside what you're used to. I found it to be weird, and that could be cheating, absolutely.
When you get to understand how women operate, it will be easier for you to take responsibility as a man and do what you have to do. Because most of the time when women are cheating, they involve their emotions. And at the end of the day, when they cheat on their husbands, it's because, most of the time they blame the man. You didn't do this, you didn't do that. No, cheating is a decision. You make a decision, you make a choice to cheat on your man. So another thing when it comes to familiarity, the wife is so familiar with the husband. And then at the end of the day, maybe some little bit of disrespect here and there. But at the end of the day, it's a decision that the woman makes that I want to cheat. And when a woman cheats, she doesn't cheat the way a man does it. We are not, basically I'm not advocating for infidelity. No. But we just have to understand it's totally different how men do it and how women do it. For us men, we can go in the street, you can purchase, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, sex, you can pursue, purchase it and get it, and then you'll go back home to your wife. Yeah,
maybe it's the difference between a woman cheating and a man cheating. Yeah.
There's a big difference.
Are they the same needs they are meeting?
No. Because
for a gentleman, what are they meeting though?
For us, we are sexual beings in terms of every other day, 24 hours a day, we are thinking about sex. When I'm from work, I'm going home, I'm thinking about sex, how I'm going to hold my wife, how I'm going to hold my girlfriend, But
is that true?
Yeah.
Like for everyone?
Man,
every gentleman is thinking about
that
sex.
That is how we are wired.
24/7?
We need to understand the biology of men. That is how we are wired. Okay. We are not like animals. They are waiting for a certain day to mate. Every other day for us men, we can do it. But for women, you have to prepare them. So when a woman gets involved with another man, there's so much that is taking place, her emotions, her thoughts, everything about her. And she's basically invested to that person. The other day I saw Chris Brown kissing this young lady in one of his performances. And this lady is married. So this is a fantasy.
She's married? I actually saw the viral video.
Yes. This lady, that is one thing she had invested long time ago towards Chris Brown. And she was waiting for this moment to fulfill or satisfy her, her fantasies. And it was all about her emotions, her feelings. Yes.
So for men, we are purchasing pleasure. For women, it's emotional investment. Wow. Yeah. Pauline is burning.
I have a question.
All right.
I was really looking at that topic just the other day, and I was saying like this discourse that women are more sexual beings than men. It's just that women know how to control it more than the way men how to control it. So when you say like men are more sexual beings than women, how true is that? Because I feel like it draws down to like control, like women can control themselves, but they are more sexual beings than the way men are. I feel like it just like stems down to control. Like how true is that?
But that's a good question. It's actually on a meme too. As a relationship coach, how do you dissect that? Is it true? Is it a myth, or it's societal, pressure?
For women, most of the time, let me talk about how they are biologically. You see, for women, they don't need a man to satisfy themselves. That is one of the things that people need to understand. They don't need a man. For us, at the end of the day, we need penetration. We need to penetrate. We need who we are as male to get inside a woman. And then for women, they don't need us. At the end of the day, they can't satisfy themselves. Look at the toy markets of all these things. All those things are, it is women who are buying all those things. But at the end of the day, At the end of the day, it is men who are capable of being so sexual more than women. Look at the events that are happening in the world, the issues that are happening in the world. I don't want to go there, you know what I'm talking about. The evil that is going around the world sexually, you know what I'm talking about? So at the end of the day, as much as women want to say they can be, you know, more sexual than men, I think it's important for women to understand that they can't compete with men.
And let me ask you, if a relationship is falling apart, because I'm trying to exclude the pleasure part, the sexual aspect of it.
Yes.
Who is to blame when a relationship is falling apart? In the case of Jonas, who is exhibiting this, I don't know if he's an alpha male or he's, you know, Andrew Kibe will call him something else, you know, But yeah, he comes from a place of power, you'd say. He's manipulative, he's controlling, he's a serial cheater, he's a schemer, he's all these bad things that are being attributed to him. So, but also let's not forget the lady counterparts on the other side. He was in a marriage too. He managed to have other women around him, and everything was going on well until it fell apart. So when you dissect into that, if a relationship is falling apart in terms of now cheating, who takes the blame? Is it the man, or is it the lady, or both of us have a collective responsibility?
So based on society and what Jonasi was experiencing, I think we should go back to that movie a little bit. Look at what happened to Jonasi when that movie was beginning. We were taken back to his past. There was a woman who was involved, an older woman. So what Jonasi was exposing and making it to become an experience, at the end of the day, it was because of where he was coming from. So now Jonasi got this power, got this money, these women now are coming. Yes, he has now the second wife. You remember the second wife, I think, by the name Lucy, is a Joyce. You
Joyce,
know,
Joyce.
Joyce. At the end of the day, Jonasi was just trying to see how he can be able to dominate, because now he's in the position of power, and that is what men do. But at the end of the day, when a relationship fumbles, I think it's very important for men to understand that they have to take responsibility, because women have a different way of dealing with issues. So as a man, you need to take that position and handle the relationship. At the end of the day, even biblically, you'll get to find that the man was blamed after the woman messed up. So it was for the man, because men are, they're very logical when it comes to dealing with situations and all that. So when it comes to solving relationship issues, marriages and all that, when a relationship falls apart, it is important for the man to take, that initiative to, to solve the problems thereof.
Okay, absolutely. But Pauline, by the time a relationship is falling apart, I believe both of you have played a role into the demise of it, or if it's the wahala, the storm that's brewing in between. So maybe from your lady's perspective and understanding, would you blame your partner, or you'd maybe steer a conversation mwambie enyewe hapa Jonasi, ebu tukae chini ni find out why did you do this? Why did you decide to, go outside? And also maybe can you tell if your partner is cheating too, like from a lady's perspective? Can you tell something is off with a dude you're in a relationship with?
Yeah, you can absolutely tell when your partner is cheating, because it's all about pattern recognition. When a man cheats, he doesn't really know how to cheat, because he will break some patterns. Let's say this man is used to texting you, good morning,
Coach
beautiful.
It's true, Coach, you agree?
No. I don't agree.
According
with that.
to me, because I've seen this happening a couple of times. Like when a man cheats, he breaks patterns. For example, he's used to like giving you attention. This attention has been diverted to another place. He's used to buying you flowers. He doesn't do that. Like maybe he used to do that thrice a week. When it comes to a relationship breaking,
his energy is
not
passionate anymore. But the coach is saying no.
Yeah. I feel like first of all, women are enablers. I will begin there. Women are enablers, because when you look at the case of Joyce in Jonasi, yes, she loved this person, but I feel like she could have loved herself a little bit more, enough to walk away, because when you look at her, like she stayed there to a point where she helped, quote unquote, for lack of a better word, she helped Jonasi like belittle her and humiliate her at the end, because like alikuwa anapenda huyo mtu. I feel like she's an enabler, and in most cases women are enablers in this situation. Yeah, that's
but in
my
that
point.
case, she was also betrayed anyways, because she put her trust in a man who had exhibited this monstrous character. But
let me
ask you,
let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
If she had the ability, yes, this man is like this, but is it a must to stay with him? Is it a must to be in a relationship with this man?
For the money and the good things she was being showered with.
Exactly, you're enabling his actions.
Yeah? Right.
You could have just walked away. Like walking away is also an option.
Yeah.
There's grass is always green on the other side.
Absolutely.
I mean, yeah.
Bwana Coach, Abu react to it.
You know, she's saying, huh?
She said men break patterns.
And
do you agree?
Point yake iko sawa, but at the end of the day, you know, when they say women maybe cheat better, men don't do it. Let me tell you, men are the best.
Best
do you know
serial
what,
cheat.
Exactly. Do you know why men are always caught? It is because of the other woman. Remember I told you women emotionally invest in relationships. So if she doesn't find that time, ya kukuwa na huyu mtu, what will happen? At the end of the day, she'll begin to fight to be a part of what the other woman is getting. Yeah. So that is when she'll begin to call, you know, those weird hours. At the end of the day, she's talking about, you know, those two patterns and many other things.
But ladies can tell them really faster.
You know, at the end of the day, it is the other woman who makes it happen.
Who brings evidence to the surface, yeah?
It is the other woman.
Yeah,
but
because
let
the
me tell you,
calls, the text.
We cannot be equal with women. We can never be equal, because at the end of the day, men can do it better. You know, the other day I just met with a friend of mine, and he was telling me, he was just confessing to me, telling me, you know what, bro? Do you know, I have another wife in Kisumu. I have another wife, and my first wife doesn't know about it. For the last 6 years, the wife doesn't know.
Did he get
But if the other woman begins now to investigate, not even investigate, because we always want the second woman to know that we have another wife. So if she begins now to, you know, fight what is there, that is how everything will get known.
Yeah.
Yes.
So as a man, are there things that we do that tell, that can act as telltale signs or red flags to a lady, especially when we are doing things outside our institution of marriage as legally bound?
You know, if you don't do it right, and you know,
is there a right way
Thank
of doing it?
There's no right way, but when I'm using, if you do it right, at
like
the end
hide
of the
your
day,
evidence
hide your evidences and all that. At the end of the day, nothing is going to be exposed, because, and again, I'm not advocating for infidelity. These are things that are happening in our society. Whatever Jonasi was presenting to the world, he was just showcasing what is happening in our society. You know, like for me, when I get back to my family, just the other day I knew that the father who raised me was not my dad. Respect to him. Wow. So how did that happen?
You get shocking.
you get to see that these are things that come up one day in your life, and you wonder what was happening.
Yeah, absolutely. Pauline, you realize he also exhibited narcissistic traits where it's about him, he's a man, and he's actually, I think most of these relationships, even in day-to-day life, there's always a partner who's always controlling, like a control freak kind of a character who wants everything to go in the right direction, but also if you investigate very well, you realize they're hiding things under the rock, in today's world, I don't know, what is a thriving relationship that you, let's say in terms of just a conventionally healthy relationship, how do you picture it? And you'd say, you know, as a lady, if I'm going to get into a relationship with this man, this is my panoramic example of a healthy romantic relationship.
I feel like the first green flag is a man who knows how to communicate, because a lot of things go haywire when you guys don't communicate. Like you can find we have an issue, like for example, we are in a relationship, the two of us, right? We've been in a relationship, we've been dating, but then again, you may find like I am polyamorous, or you're polyamorous. I want an open relationship. You want an open relationship. But then again, I want to cheat because I'm afraid to come to you and tell you, let's communicate. Let's break up if we're not on the same side. Let's do this. So I feel like for a healthy relationship or for a relationship to work, it really stems down to communication. Like, you guys have to find grounds where you see eye to eye. Like, you communicate with each other. You get where this person is coming from. You see where this like you get each other's perspective, because at the end of the day, you have to look at someone's perspective, because perspective is always different. And just because, for example, if I write number 6 here, and like the way 6 is 9 is, when you look at it, it's 9. When I look at it, it's 6. It doesn't mean we are wrong. We just have to like communicate and see like eye to eye. So I feel like for a healthy relationship or for a relationship to work, it stems down to communication.
Yeah, but being agreeable sometimes, like she said, is not always. It's not a guarantee that things will end well. There's people who've had, you'd say, open-ended relationships and still they cheated. Maybe is there a point on a coach where you have to compromise and say, you know what, I don't think you're really. I don't know, how do you say it when you know somebody's doing things but you're overlooking. You're just like, okay, I'll stay. It's a marriage anyways, but I know both of us are doing things and we'll have to agree, but kitu najua sisi wote we are pretending. And why does it have to be that way? Even from your example, you just said you just learned somebody else who's your dad, who's not. You know.
I think it's very important for men to take a stand when it comes to being in marriage. I'm in marriage. And there are things I will not allow. I know you're right. I know at the end of the day, this is the way you want everything to be. But at the end of the day, you have to be the head in that marriage. Am I being controlling? No. I just want my woman to understand, at the end of the day, the points that you're bringing on the table, I'll have to think about it and see how I can do it right. Because you are the man, you have to lead, you have to take your position. You know, the problem with the society is that many men have lost that position and that strength to take control.
Yeah.
What
because
we call
it comes off as authoritarianism.
Yes.
Or control.
Yeah?
Or
No,
control.
you know,
And
most
control,
of the
she's saying control.
do you know why I'm doing quote unquote for control? It's because any time, because we hear women say, you know, I want a man who is like this. But when that man begins to lead her, where there's toughness, where there's strength involved, not physical strength, you know, but
even verbal aggressiveness.
Exactly. They tend to think that it is control.
Yeah, but it comes off as control, honestly.
No, it's not control. A man who loves you, a man who values you, a man who wants to be with you will always want to lead you.
Okay.
So most of the time now women begin to think that this man is controlling. So does it deny us that women cannot initiate in the relationship, bring solutions in the relationship? No.
Yeah.
It means that you have to take what the woman is bringing on the table, and then you have to allow yourself as a man to do what is just and right.
Yeah. What if a woman, roles are reversed and it's the woman who is leading the relationship? Is something likely to happen to the man?
Let me tell you, the relationship will go nowhere.
Why?
Because,
what is likely to happen, by the way?
Even divinely, that is not the order. It is for the man to lead, to guide, to direct. And it is very important for women now to seek or to see a man who has substance, a man who is able to lead, not just fall in love with a man who has, you know, with your feelings, you get involved with this person. No. You just have to look for a man who is also able to lead you, to guide you, to direct you.
Yeah. But the material aspect of it as well, before I get to Pauline to react on this, play a big role as well in terms of determining the position and the authority of this woman. Imagine your wife is the CEO of this big tech company. She's maybe on a millionaire status with a big payroll. She has other investments coming through. She drives a better car than yours. Wewe uko tu hapo, maybe you're on a 9 to 5. Yes, absolutely. So when you guys are sitting on the table and suggesting things and giving insight on how decisions should be made, who should have a lower tone? And I'd like Pauline as well to react. You can give your perspective.
Let me quickly give you 3 things when it comes to marriage. There's traditional marriage. there's contemporary marriage, and there is kingdom marriage. Traditional marriage is whereby women were told you can't do anything. Stay at home. You have to do this. You have to allow your husband to eat before you eat. You know all those things?
Right.
And then there's contemporary, what now society is experiencing. It was, you know, it was the Western culture that influenced that to us, that now there is 50-50. The woman comes back home, like what you're saying right now.
Yeah.
You know, who should have the lower tone to express themselves when it comes to solving problems or giving solutions. But now there's kingdom marriage.
Yeah.
This is what many people don't want.
Yeah. Maybe explain what kingdom marriage
Kingdom
is.
marriage is whereby the woman knows and understands her position. Even if she's a CEO, she earns, let me just give an example, 1 million, and the husband, you know, earns 100,000. She'll come back home and says, baby, you know what? We have 1.1 million. And the husband earns 1 million, and the wife earns 20,000 shillings.
Yeah.
The husband will come and say, you know what? We have 1.20 million. This is what we have at the end of the day. So kingdom marriage was the order of God. It was not man initiated. It was God who ordained all this. But that is where most women don't want to operate in. Because anytime when a woman gets money, she thinks about herself. She thinks about controlling. She thinks about, you know, I'm the one who is supposed to do what I have to do. But anytime when a man gets money, he thinks about having a family. He thinks about, you know, what can I do for my child? What can I do for my, you know, for my wife? But for women, it's totally different. So that is why it's important you choose between the traditional, contemporary,
or kingdom.
and kingdom.
Yeah. So you would say the Bible, or being in line with the Word of God, or the good book, will actually help to define your identity and your role in this marriage. Yeah?
Exactly.
Yeah. Pauline, I don't know what part is striking you about this. You're earning $1 million plus. This partner is earning 100K, and he's the one calling the shots in terms of decision-making choices in this relationship. Yeah. Would you allow yourself to submit and be under the kingdom guideline, like you said?
I actually wouldn't. I feel like it will be so hard. I feel like there's a blurry line drawn there where you want to control me, the way you quote unquote control me, like lead me, be the head. But then again, like I am way above, like
45 million per month.
I'm like, and I'm obviously I'll meet people who are in the same like caliber as me, and it will reach a point where I'll be like, I feel like I have outgrown you. That's why I feel like most people feel like relationships, they outgrow each other in relationships and everything, like as breakup grounds, like as grounds for breaking up. I hear people saying, oh, we outgrew each other, oh, we did this. Why do you think they outgrew each other?
Imagine people got married for 20 years and they outgrew each other on the 25th year. A waste of 25 plus years.
Do you know who gives up early in a relationship?
No.
It is women. It is women who give up so early, and they don't want a relationship.
Why?
Number one, finances.
So finances plays a big role.
Yes. When a woman gets money, like I said, she thinks of herself. You just heard her say. And like I gave you an example as we were talking. Funke the other day, it was yesterday, it was on all social platforms. She said, you know, you can never make a woman happy. Why? Because every other day, this woman will want A, B, C, D. Today she wants good hair, tomorrow she wants shoes, tomorrow and the other day, you know, you can't. And then remember, a woman will never remember what you did for her 10 years ago. She always remembers in the moment. You have to do for her now, not yesterday. So as a man, don't think about, I did for you yesterday. No, don't think about that. If you're doing it, do it in the moment.
I feel like it all comes down to being an intentional man. You can make a woman happy if you're an intentional man. It doesn't matter, I did this like in the past. What did I do in the past 2 weeks? It's like, what will I do in like 1 week to come, or like what will I do to make, like think, like you just have to think.
You cheated and you have to do better.
I feel like cheating.
So how do you scale from that and become a better person so that you are made happy?
I feel like cheating are grounds to walk away.
Cheating is a red flag, period.
Yeah, cheating is like cheating, period. Like
no
because
discussion,
no discussion because you went out you went out there looking for something clearly I'm not giving you. Like you already walked out of that. But yeah, for me, cheating are grounds enough to walk out.
Coach?
Men don't cheat because there's nothing their wife can't give them.
Why do men cheat? Let's start from there.
That's a good question
Yeah.
too.
There's a
Why do men cheat?
Why do men cheat?
There's a certain kind of, and brothers, I'm so sorry wherever you are. There's a fantasy that every man wants to fulfill. And every other day they think about it.
Yeah.
They think about it. Like I said, men are sexual. Men think about sex every other day. And it is a problem to women. But we have to understand that is how different we are from women.
Yeah.
Biologically.
Is it kingdom aligned too?
No, it's not. And that is why I say
in
infidelity, cheating, all that, it's a decision.
Yeah.
So I love what she said. A man has to take responsibility. You have to be intentional. You have to make sure that all these things should not happen. And that is why I brought the aspect of kingdom marriage. A kingdom man will not do all those things. A kingdom man will be faithful. A kingdom man will be branded as a simp. Because this is a man who wants to take responsibility.
Yeah.
Look at the men who are branded. I have a brother. That brother loves the wife.
Yeah.
Takes care of the wife. The other days we quarrel and we want to fight him because we tend to think that the wife is taking advantage of him. But do you know how many things that young man has, done for the betterment of that relationship? And then again, Pauline has just said something. And I think it's important for us to get it right.
Yeah.
When a man gets into the place of infidelity, trust me, at the end of the day, there are things he gets to see probably in that house. Number one, disrespect. Disrespect.
Is it always?
Most of the time. Most of the time.
Yeah. And maybe what does disrespect from a woman to a man in a marriage or in a relationship look like? The acts, so these are the signs or the tantrums that look like disrespect to a man's. Because, men, it's ego, right?
It's ego.
We're ego-driven, yeah. So when a woman gets on you, you're like, nope, 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 nope. Resentment is next and then exit, yeah.
This is what I can tell all women. And I think 2 days ago, I was just having a conversation with this lady. And I was telling her, the best way you can make your husband feel that you respect him, it's how you talk to him, how feminine you are, your softness. You can't just come and begin to shout at your man because, you can't be two men in that house. If one goes high, moja lazima teremke. And we've talked about ego. I think the man has to feel like a man in that place. And you need to have this woman who makes you feel like, you know what, I don't need to shout. This girl, she's so, she's so weak.
She's my angel.
Weak, in quotes, eh?
Yeah, she's my angel.
Yeah.
Why
And then,
am I,
when you're feminine enough, soft enough, calm enough,
Yeah.
The man is going to give you that embrace.
Do you feel like it's lacking in some of these relationships?
It's lacking.
Yeah, it's lacking, yeah? Pauline, how do you want to sound off on that? Yeah, like you guys are not tender enough, or feminine enough, and soft enough. You guys are just shouting and screaming at your partners, and that's why most men are dipping out of relationships really fast.
I feel like it has come to a point where women want to be, for lack of a better woke, for lack of a better word, woke. Like, you want to, like, be in charge, do things for yourselves, like independent woman. You want to be an independent woman. So, like,
which is a good thing or a bad thing?
It depends.
It
depends. It
Oh,
depends on the case
yeah.
scenario.
Okay.
It depends. But then again, so when this man comes into your life, you used to being alone. You used to staying alone, and then, like, as you
You're
said,
taking yourself on solo dates.
yeah,
You
and
can
then
pay
he
for
comes.
and fuel your car.
And then he comes, he
Yeah.
wants to lead you, he wants to control you again, like he wants to make decisions for you. So I
Yeah.
feel like that's where they butt heads, where you are like, you want to be independent. Yes, you want a person in your life, but you don't want a person who is like telling you what to do, controlling you, doing this for you. So I feel like that is where people butt heads. Yeah,
Yeah.
like He wants to lead, he wants to control, he wants to, but you're used to like doing things for yourself. You're not used to being told do this, do this. You're not used to being told like be at home at this time. You're not used to be taking instructions from a man that is, and then he comes into your life, he disrupts that flow. So I feel like that is where couples butt heads.
But also, why does it look like control is cropping up a lot and because you're losing your power? In the first place, maybe you shouldn't want a man then. If
I had a question for him actually. Where do we draw the line between control and leading? Like leading and control.
Please, because she's mentioned a lot of things. Ataki mtu ana disrupt life yake, anajilipia the most expensive hotel, anaweza jipeleka solo date, anaweza fanya kila kitu bila kuambiwa. And then here you come. You want to be the king, give instructions, be the man and be the leader of her life. So it comes off as a control freak.
So where do we draw that line?
You know, boys marry for love and sex. And men and grown women marry for purpose and companionship.
Men and grown women marry for purpose and companionship. But
These
boys marry for love and sex.
It does not mean that grown men and grown women don't have sex. They don't deserve love. But you get to see what is happening in our society right now. I was just interviewing one of a Gen Z the other day, and he was telling me you cannot find a virgin in our generation right now. It's very rare because of what is happening. So where do we draw the line? People have lost the idea of what God intended for relationships. And the intention of God from beginning, it was that now two shall become one. Two shall become one. So if the both of you are not willing to be a part of each other, every other time when your man tries to lead you, you'll feel like it's control. And it's very important to function based on kingdom. That is why I brought that thing. Kingdom. And hii kitu si ati ni ya to Christians. No. It's for the whole world. If we function in that reality, it is not a religious standard. It is a spiritual reality. You have to function in the kingdom. And I'm telling you, you're not going to see control. When we talk about submission and we talk about love, what is love for a man to a woman? There are two things. Love is a decision you make. Number two, love
acts as well.
The acts, the things that you do. And then number two, it is the sacrifice you make for that woman. You lay down your life for that woman. When we go to the Bible, just like Christ, he laid his life down. And then submission for a woman to the man. You have to deny yourself so that the will of the man should take place. If the woman understands that, when she's being led, she will not see it as control.
It sounds like she's losing her power.
Yes. No, it's not about her losing her power. That is why I said it is important. From the beginning, you get to see a kingdom man. A man that will lead you, direct you, correct you, advise you, make you to understand what you're supposed to become beyond who you are. It's all about support. That is why a kingdom man is very important to a kingdom woman.
But are the Gen Zs willing to conform to that kind of, philosophy, ideology? Because when you look at the narratives and the conversations even on social media, most Gen Zs, ladies are not open to that because they are self-autonomous, In fact, they say what a man can do, a woman can do times 10 trillion times.
Fallacy, the greatest lie ever told.
I feel like most Gen Zs are not open to that. As a matter of fact, most Gen Zs don't want to be married even in the first place. Like, they're not open to the idea of marriage because, as again, I'm saying, like, you see where I am coming from with that, like, control thing and leading thing. And the way he said, I feel as a woman, I am losing my power, I'm losing my voice and everything. So I feel like most of them are coming from there. And the idea of marriage is like, ish there.
You don't lose your power.
I've got an explanation. I've got an explanation.
I can say something. There's one man that I admire. This man who married Laboso. You remember the lady who passed on? He was a governor. Laboso son.
Is it Joyce?
Yeah, I think Joyce Laboso. The husband, when he was talking about the wife during that funeral or whatever,
Yeah.
the husband said one thing. Despite my wife being the governor, this woman came home, prepared meals for me, did all that he could do. Another example, may his soul rest in peace, Michuki. Michuki never used to go out and eat.
Yeah.
That guy used to go back to the wife and eat her food and do what he could do. So you look at those two things.
Yeah.
So the woman does not lose her power when she finds the right man.
You said a kingdom man.
Kingdom
man. But when you look at polygamy too as well, in our African traditional society, I think it also stems down from our culture and how we are raised up. There's some men who, and in fact off the air, you told me if I become a billionaire, I can get any woman I want in life.
Can.
So for men, it's about power. And then what happens to their counterpart on the other side? Because when you look at polygamy in its own lenses itself, it comes with, a sense of also authoritarianism, but also it's centered on resources and what you can do for these many other wives or girlfriends or women you've got. So is there a way it can be healthy, and can young people look up to it? Is it a vice or a virtue, if you were to dissect it?
I think for me, polygamy, based on what I've seen, and what I've heard even from other people, as much as they tell us or they keep on pretending that it is working for their betterment, I've seen people who come from wealthy polygamous families. But at the end of the day, when you look at these children, what they say, it's quite unfortunate. Because at the end of the day, we might think that it is working for the better of the children, for the better of the wives. But the man himself probably is enjoying himself. He's getting whatever he wants.
Yeah.
And we get to find that when that man dies, what happens? There is so much absence of fatherhood from those children, even when he was alive. So much absence. Yeah? From how those women were doing their things and all that. And those women become empty at some point. And those women, sometimes they are there because of what the man can do. Sometimes it's not even about sex. It's about what that man can give. So when a woman tells a man, you know what, I need a man who can provide. Do you know what the woman is trying to tell you?
No.
She needs security. She needs to feel comfortable.
So meaning finances in check, resources in check.
Modern day finances.
Okay.
You can just look at that, finances. Yes.
Right.
It's just a sense of security that the woman is trying to look for. But now we go back to what I said. Kingdom woman, kingdom man.
Yeah.
When we function in that truth, I'm telling you, everything is going to work out right.
What's your opinion on polygamy or polygamous relationships? Yeah.
I feel like when a man is polygamous, he has averted attention. Like, he can't really focus on this family alone. And for example, he has 3 wives, and each of these 3 wives has like 3 children, 4 children. You can tell me he will be there for each and every single child from each and every single mother. Atawalea kama class, like tutakuwa tufanya hivi, but he won't be there like on a personal, like they won't have a personal relationship like that. So like there will be that like, yes, I have a father, but I don't really have a father.
You don't have a relationship, like a close relationship. Is it King Mswati of Swaziland who, I think, he's managed to like have an outrageous one? Oh my goodness, time is already out and we can't continue no more. Maybe you can just say how they can get to plug in with you for more insights on what you do on social media in just 10 seconds. Here's your camera.
First of all, thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure. And you can find me on TikTok as Salim Cyrus Connect, and Facebook Salim Cyrus KE, LinkedIn Salim Cyrus, and you also find me on Instagram as Salim Cyrus KE. We can have a conversation on many other things and apart from what you've just heard. And also YouTube, you can find me as Salim Cyrus Connect.
Yes, thank you. Pauline, yours?
You can find me on Instagram at Polygamy and on TikTok at MeetPoly.
Yes. Thank you so much, Bona Coach Salim Cyrus, relationship coach and kingdom
strategist.
Yes. So you help people to align themselves in the
Exactly.
kingdom way. But you're all-rounded. Thank you for your insights.
Thank you.
And thank you to you, Pauline, for being here today. Thank you for watching us from 7 to 10 a.m. Shout out to everyone as well, from Steph and James at Ransack 101, at Stephanie at James John at Y254 channel, the hashtag which is Y in the morning. See you tomorrow, by the way. It will also be Saba Saba. And also, is it Swahili Day? Swahili Day today or tomorrow? So we'll know it. Thank you so much for watching. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.